Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Arcane Assist. I'm Tim, joined today by John. How's it going, John?
Hey, not bad. Tim, how you doing?
Pretty good. I'm fresh off a couple of Masters wins with a list called Ghost Fleet. It is a theme force for CRYX, and today and for the next couple of videos, we'll be exploring possible responses to this list. I think it's a meta shaping list. I think it preys pretty well on a lot of the popular tier lists that are out there right now, and it being a theme force itself, it has a couple of really powerful benefits. So, Ghost Fleet, and specifically Deneghra 1's Ghost Fleet, attacks lists on three major dimensions. The first one is, especially in 2017, it has a lot of board presence. So if you can't counter that board presence, it can be a problem. The second is it's capable of really incredible attrition. Every turn, the Revenant crew models with 3 rifles each return D3 plus 1 destroyed models, if they're not at full unit strength or full starting unit strength. So that's a big deal because it brings back a ton of models. Even when you feel like you've done a bunch of work to them, they just return. And the third is it's capable of some pretty incredible assassinations. Deneghra has a knockdown spell, and she has a lot of armor debuffing in her feet and in Parasite, or Crippling Grasp, depending on the matchup. And the rifles ignore line of sight, and they're range 14, and when you return them to play, they can walk 6 and shoot 14, having a full normal activation because they're one of the things that return in the maintenance phase, so they get normal turns. So John and I talked about it, and he's bringing a list specifically with those things in mind. John, do you want to talk a little bit about how your list addresses those elements of Ghost Fleet?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm bringing Borka1. I'm an old caster. I like him. Never played him in Band of Heroes once before. This time I'm taking him with 2 units of Fenblades, so I'm matching dudes with dudes.
That addresses that kind of notion of board presence.
Yeah, so it's like medium bases or small bases. The difference is I have RFP. My whole army, all warrior models can have takedowns, so like he cannot do any recursion now at start of his turn as long as I RFP. I'm also bringing a min unit of Long Riders. My goal behind them is they can RFP off the impact attacks due to the fact they are melee attacks.
Yeah, so even though they're a min unit, they can hit a lot of things.
So like the impact attacks get 3 dice because of line breaker because I'm bringing the solo with them, Hearthstone.
Yep.
So it's a really good 20-point package.
And it incidentally gives you a free Fell Caller?
That's where my one free Fell Caller comes in. So I'm playing with two Fell Callers. Basically give them Warcry. Give either unit of Fenblades Warcry or give Pathfinder to my Long Riders or whatever I need. Max Stone, because the only magical attacks I'll have in this is the Stone Aura or Borka's weapon himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing Rock and Axer. The Axer to give Rock the extra
threat range
on charging or assaults. So that's what I'm bringing. So I got some RFP here to deny your recursion. I got some dudes on dudes, so we're going to have a lot of bodies up the table.
Your caster's immune to knockdown.
My caster has Stumbling Drunk because he has top off from the little pig guy. So he is immune to knockdown, and I have Arcane Ward for myself or a unit, depending on how I want to play this game. I probably see it playing out that I'm going to throw it on a unit like you were talking about, protect it as much as I can. But when it comes down to nitty-gritty, I need to protect my caster first, so I got to make sure my caster is safe. So yeah, it's a lot of dudes. The only downside to this is I'm walking to a gun. I'm walking to some few guns.
Yeah.
So I can lose a few guys very fast, very quick. And if I lose too much, I could bleed pieces, and that could be a problem. So I need to play it very cagey. And I feel like I could do it in this matchup.
All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so Ghost Fleet gets a +1 to go first, which means I lose every to go first roll I've ever rolled with this list.
Yes, I won the roll. I chose to go first.
At MuseCon Masters, I made 15 to go first with Ghost Fleet rolls, and I won 1 of them. So this list is really, really powerful when it gets to go first, which means John has strategically made the choice to be going first himself.
Yeah, so I definitely want to go first. I definitely want to run up the board, see outside his front ranges first turn. My plan here is to hopefully set up some kind of jam next turn, or even maybe get some kills or kill some models next turn. So I'm just kind of planning what I need to do and how to do it. So I'm casting Arcane Ward on the units of Fenblades that have the UA.
Mm-hmm.
They are probably the most important unit I have in my army because of the +2 movement they have in their mini feat, or they get cleave, but more likely I want to do the RFP from takedown.
If you get lucky and you can RFP a leader model, then the unit functionally loses the Deathbound rule, in which case in that case you could probably afford to start cleaving with them, but it's really tough, I think, to steal the leader models out of the Ghost Fleet list.
Yeah, because I'm sure Tim's not going to give them to me for free, especially in melee, because that's how my whole army is. So Borka1 walks up as walks up as 5. He's a speed 6, but only walk up 5 because the Pig Bear is only 5. They activate differently. So Keg walks up, tops him up, puts him to 2. I Arcane Warded the Fenblades, like I said, and I put 3 in the stone. And the rest of this turn is basically going to be running, put some things in threat ranges of these Stalkers. Hopefully Tim commits some with maybe killing 1 or 2 Fenblades, or maybe an if he kills an action, it would be bad, but hopefully only kills a few things, and then I can basically counter that with killing them the following turn.
Yeah, you're playing the old, like, I'll give you some pieces, but not the pieces I need to win the game, and then I'll force you to commit.
Yeah, I feel like if I get rid of these Stalkers, I don't have to worry about the walk 7, jump 5 threat range, and like they could be really deadly to my stone. They can walk 7 and just jump to my back line of my stone and just like kill my stone.
Oh, and they have Grievous, so you can't self-sacrifice.
Yeah, so like I'm like, okay, maybe Tim will take the bait this turn. I'm like, what's the chance of it? I'm like, I don't know, but then I'm placing all my stones so close together that he has to actually like kill a lot of things to get to my stones, because I gotta keep that piece. I need to keep my unit of stones very safe, and eventually I need to fill that unit of stone up so my aura, my incorporeal can be big.
The Ghost Fleet list has a theoretical access to a -7 armor debuff, which is pretty incredible because you've got Parasite, you've got Deneghra's Feet, and you've got the melee range for Dark Shroud on the Wraith Engine. However, in practice, usually she can Parasite 1 target, and if she's not planning to defeat that turn, it's difficult to have the Wraith Engine engaging something and also kill it with guns or be relevant with it. So she's got really, really excellent targeted armor cracking, but outside of the feat turn, and without being able to put Parasite on multiple targets or Crippling Grasp and Parasite on more than 2 targets, she actually, like, it seems absurd to say this, which is why I'm prefacing it so much, but the list is kind of pillow-fisted outside of those things. Like, you cap out at charging Power Strength 11s on the Gang Revenant models and non-charging Power Strength 12s on their guns. So, I mean, that's pretty good, but if John can keep that Stone Aura really, really late game, and he can minimize the number of things that I'm capable of parasiting with Arcane Ward, and he can continue to put that +2 armor debuff, it actually puts me in a position where suddenly my guns aren't as effective, and my things that need to kill things aren't as effective, or I have to use Parasite to kill a particular target. So, I don't know, I think it's actually a pretty good strategy, and I think the Stone is really pivotal to Trolls beating this list. So I run up an Arc Node, and I'm like, haha, Deneghra will cast an unboosted Crippling Grasp. I changed my mind and boosted, because you just boost Crippling Grasp. Connects. I feel like every single turn with Deneghra that you don't either cast Crippling Grasp or upkeep Crippling Grasp is a mistake, because that spell is so powerful. Even now that it doesn't prevent you from running or charging, it's still really good. I throw a Parasite at the Long Riders, but that one misses. That's okay. She spends her stack, she stays out of charge range of a Long Rider, and she moves up onto a hill. I think she's just on the hill.
Yeah, you determine you're going to put her place perfectly on a hill.
Yeah.
So the threat range normally is 11 on a Long Rider. Speed 7 goes to 10 inch reach. If I want to pop my feet, it becomes 13. But more likely, one Long Rider will not kill Deneghra.
Deneghra. You can call her Gloria if you want. That's her human name. Well, her pre-CRYX name.
So the cannon crew is going to go up and shoot. So he said AoE feet 3. I placed all my Fenblades outside of AoE 3, and then of course I put 2 Fenblades close enough to a freaking Long Rider where he misses, but deviates close enough where it's going to hit all 3 again. The armor 14.
But armor drops down to 12 because of the Crippling Grasp.
He kills 1. The other one makes a tough check.
No, the other one just lived, I think. I didn't break its armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So either way, he gets to make 1 pirate now.
Yep. I mean, it's only 1 pirate. Death Toll's got a 1 pirate clause. But, I jumped that Fenblade into the cannon and told him to join the ship.
Well, now you have it has a min +1, right?
Yep.
So that's pretty solid.
It's now a 10 model unit. The model that was added to that unit has to forfeit combat action this turn, but I'm keeping these guys back really, really conservatively. I'm going to take a couple of rifle shots at the Crippling Grasp unit, just try to pick off as many as I can. As I mentioned before, Crippling Grasp is ridiculous. Their RAD of 5 in some cases, 4 in a few others, is still hitting defense 10 pretty reliably. And then their POW of 10 is killing armor 12. So, I don't know. It's really ranks them up to 11.
I can't get away from it. It doesn't matter what I did. I have 2 units of Fen Blades. I need to protect 1 unit of Fen Blades. You have 2 Arc Nodes.
Yeah, you have to make me spend the Arc Nodes.
I had to protect my Officer UA Fen Blade unit, because if I didn't, you'd probably do the same thing to them.
Yeah, exactly. It would just be down the other side.
So I'm like, okay, well, the top unit, I can sacrifice the top unit. I'm hoping to get some real pressure down in this bottom zone.
So I ran the Blackbanes up. They just kind of forced a little ring there at the bottom of the zone, forced John to come in and kill some pieces, especially ghost pieces. Also makes landing spots a little bit trickier for his cav if he decides he wants to go through the incorporeal models. Blackbane himself held back so I can hold reanimation for another turn. And Stalker walked up, jumped in, and punched one of the Tuffalo. I mean, they have 8 boxes, so they're pretty hard to dislodge. But
did 5 damage to him total, or 2 attacks.
Yeah, he's grievous, so he couldn't tough if I do find another way to kill him, but I don't expect that to happen this turn.
So he walks his second Stalker, jumps 5 again.
Yep.
Attacking the same Tuffalo.
Yep. See what happens.
Hit.
He hits, does no damage, and he hits, does no damage.
No damage.
That's okay. I mean, John mentioned before, like, kind of putting stuff up there. The thing is, I have to commit those Stalkers. Like, I have to put them in at this point. I could hang them back and kind of give him free reign, but I want to at least force him to have some difficulty unpacking the pieces that I presented there. Stalkers die to a stiff breeze, but they usually can be a little bit more frustrating to deal with than people expect. So they force you to commit sort of boostable resources, or you have to put something that can really hit them fairly hard into it. And I want John to spend resources on them. That's the whole motivation.
Yeah. So currently, you have 2 Stalkers, basically blocking 2 of my Tuffalo. And I don't only want to use Tuffalo on killing the Stalkers.
They really want to charge.
They want impact attacks to charge up the board. So I need to figure out ways to kill these 2 Stalkers. I take the 3 back.
I think it's worth mentioning this is a really, really conservative unpacking first turn for Ghost Fleet. I'm trying to keep as much out of John's melee threat ranges as possible, because him RFPing all of my pieces is a big problem for me.
So this is I'm measuring some start ranges. I'm measuring some melee ranges to see if certain things can get what they need to do. I want Rock to get there so he can just kill that 1 Stalker and then hopefully Berserker into the other one, but unfortunately he can't fit there. So I need to figure out a way to get Rock to kill the 1 Stalker and then kill this other Stalker by itself, because I want to free up my Tuffalo. So I need to activate Vengeance. They are currently... They can move 3 inches for Vengeance, but they're only currently speed 4. So I need to make sure after I move Vengeance, they have a charge target afterwards. So I'm making sure my charge ranges will work. Speed 4 goes to 7 2-inch reach and 9-inch threat now. 1 hits a Stalker. They're only POW 10 now too. So
yep,
he only did 1 damage. It's kind of tough having Crippling Jack. Was -2 speed, -2 defense, and -2 POW.
-2 strength.
-2 strength.
But yeah.
So yeah, so it's pretty tough having that on a unit of Fen Blades.
Speed, defense, armor, and strength.
They're pelifisted now.
You might even say they're crippled.
Oh.
I realized I was kind of grasping there. I'm gonna get hit here.
You are. All right, now I'm just kind of thinking of where to play here. I'm talking to Tim. I'm like, Tim, I'm thinking I might want to move my stone up the board and pop no incorporeal.
And I'm like, yes.
And
not really.
I'm like, if I do that, I get all the Blackbanes, I'm hoping. And I can hopefully get onto your Blackbane captain, or the leader of the Blackbanes. So
Blackbane himself.
Blackbane himself. But I'm like, before I do
They're
that,
just Ghost Raiders.
I got to remove all these Fen Blades. So they have a mini feat, and also if Borka goes first, I can pop his feet, so they become really far.
Because his feat's a +2 movement.
+2 movement.
Yeah, that's a good feat.
And then War Beast can do power attacks for free. So it's +2 movement for every model in his control. It's only Fury 5, unfortunately, so I need to make sure I place him correctly. So my plan here is to activate Borka, pop his feet, pop the Fenblade's mini feet. So that's +4 movement now on the Fenblades when they charge, and Pathfinder. And incorporeal because you can go through your own objective because it's incorporeal. Right? Or
you can go through your own objective. I don't think it's incorporeal.
Tactician, I guess it would be then, something like that.
It's a different rule that's very similar to that.
Either way, you can run them through your own objective now, so that's why my Fenblades are all like lined up behind them, which is great. So here comes Borka. I gotta make sure I measure to 10 correctly. So I realize that I don't get half my unit, so I gotta move it over a bit. So I put him in front of my Axer, got 2 inches to the Stalker. I get all my Fenblades except the far 3, which is fine. The far 3 have targets anyways. He is currently Mat 7. He's going to boost a hit. I didn't boost a hit. I just rolled it. Boxcars on the Stalker. I have crit pitch.
Yep. Just throws me
into
a Tuffalo.
So I just throw you into my Tuffalo. So now you take 3 dice at POW 15. I decided to boost it, so it's 4 dice. POW 15. Dice +1. Correct? Armor 14?
13. Dice
so
+2.
+2. So I decided to boost it. I'm hoping I can like do a lot of damage. I rolled pretty crappy on it. I did 12 damage on 4 dice with +2. So I rolled 10 on 4 dice, Tim. It's pretty crappy. But either way, it got your movement out. It knocked you down. I'm like, cool. The Axer now can walk up. He's not going to Thresher. Tim always makes this joke. All you do is Thresher with the Axer.
Did you want to Thresher?
Yeah, that's all he says every single time. I'm like, no, I'm not Threshering. I auto hit.
Hey, man, sometimes you say
and
yes.
I leave him on 2 boxes. I'm like, cool. I got to buy to do it again. So I buy and kill it. So 1 Stalker down with an Axer, which now leaves my Rock able to walk up to kill this other Stalker. But now I got to decide where I want him to Berserk, because he has Berserk, right? So I decided that a best choice is to have Rock Berserk into my Axer so that he doesn't actually kill something in Berserk again.
Yeah, you don't want to kill your Tuffalo
and
just
then Berserk again into another Tuffalo? No. So like before I activated Rock, the Pig Bear went up, topped off my caster, so he's still my drunk, so can't be knocked down. Camping 2. It's so good where you can like spend all 5 Fury and then top up your caster in camp 2. So
yep.
The only problem is you got to make sure that when you activate your War Beast, you don't go above that 3 limit on the board now.
Yep.
I've done it a few times and it's always backfired. So he walks up, he hits, he does quite a bit of damage. Second attack hits and does a lot more damage, kills him. I decided to Berserk into my Axe, so I hit. I'm like, I'm gonna use my POW 13 or POW 16 fists because you get to choose.
Yeah.
You just gotta use an attack.
Solid. Dice -1. Should got this.
Dice -1. I should be okay. I shouldn't take anything out. We're double checking the rule in Berserk. See if we have to use it.
Yeah, we're just confirming that you don't have to use the highest POW attack or anything.
But it just says make another melee attack. I roll trip 6s. Well, I do 17 points of damage.
I think you take out
11.
his mind.
I do 11 points of damage to my Axer, and I take out his mind.
Yep. Poor Axer.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna rile for 1. So now
does the Axer have regeneration?
No, it does not.
Really?
No.
It's a troll beast who doesn't have regeneration?
Correct.
That feels.
Oh, he does. He does. Axer does have regeneration.
Okay. Back to the
game. I never use it because Axer is more important because you need like charge, boost to hit, boost. I feel like using regeneration doesn't work. Just use your caster to spend 1. Now my plan here is how do I work around the Tufflos to kill as many Blackbanes and like jam down your throat as hard as I can to make you think at least for the next turn. So my feet's up. I have +2 movement. I'm just going through activations right now. It's taking some time. This is one time every game I have where I go in a think tank. Usually too long. I'm trying to work on that for myself. Measuring how far a Tuffalo can charge. I'm only measuring 11. I should be measuring 13 because they're actually threat 13 right now.
Yep.
Only measuring 11, checking out where I can land, what I can do. Usually in Mark II, I'll be putting down a lot of proxy bases to show where stuff is going. But I'm really trying to get used to the whole one proxy base on the table at a time.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with my Fell Caller. He's going to get a War Cry to these Fen Blades down here. So they're going to be Rat 7 or Rat 8. Attacking these Revenant crew members. They're going to mini feet. So the guys not under the feet, they threat 13. The guys under the feet, they threat 15. So I got 2 guys on this guy down here. I just want to make sure I kill him. Playing it safe. Chatting away to Tim. I feel like this was a good turn to pop the mini feet because I got and my feet because I can get those guys over the wall with my Fen Blades, and if I can RFP some Riflemen,
That's
feel like
fewer Riflemen to deal with.
Yeah.
The thing that's useful about this thing too is, I mean, you're mat 8 with the War Cry, so like even over a wall going to defense 15, you're still hitting me on 7s.
Yeah.
So you got a 50-50 for every attack you get in a rifle.
So we're measuring here to go through this pipeline of 2 Revenant crew members at 0.5. I want to get 2 Fell Callers down the pipe. The downside here is our laser keeps dying on us. So it's really hard to see the measurements.
Yeah, bring good tools to events, folks. It's a real thing.
So I'm pretty sure this took quite a bit of time for us just to figure out. Because this stupid laser, like I had another one kicking around, I just couldn't find it. That's what happens when we have a lot of people over all the time playing some games. Just things go missing or get misplaced.
Ooh, harsh.
It's not really harsh. It just happens. People take it by mistakes. So like I'm moving the batteries. I keep taking it apart. We finally decided on the placement. I'll get 2 charges on 2 of the crew members. Making sure we don't hit.
Yeah, I tried to give you a bit of a funnel there that was like a bit difficult to get through. I feel like I have to put those 2 guys fairly far out and give you a little bit of a lane in the middle to get some folks into. But at least they're attacking over the wall. So
they're attacking over the wall. They're going to need 7s. They're at 8s right now. So I got 5 guys charges so far. I'm going to do some other members here. Currently the Banes are incorporeal. I can run through them, so I'm like measuring out where I can go. I'm charging through my objective. Charge my leader over a bit. He's at command 9. So I'm just seeing how far I can charge. Charge that guy up the red Revenant crew. Take out as many members as I can. So every single time I kill something, it's going to be RFP. So it's 1 less model Tim will have on the table for the rest of the game. He's not going to bring it back, which is one good thing that trolls have is the theme list Band of Heroes. The RFP is really good.
I mean, it's one of the things. I mean, you also got extra deployment, right?
I do. I get 2 extra deployment as well. But like into Ghost Fleet, like this is like RFP. I feel like trolls need to play Band of Heroes to compete. The problem with that is you need to find the exact list or the right list that will work into Ghost Fleet all the time. So I need 5s to hit these guys, not over the wall. I miss my leader will hit. I'm just RPing everything over the wall.
These guys can't come back.
I miss 1 over the wall, so I leave 2 guys left over the wall. Just need 5s in the rest of the guys. And that top guy in the middle of the zone is actually out of command, so he can't actually make attacks. I now have Reaple 3 because of the musician.
Yep. So you're digging really deep with these guys. In a lot of ways, you're actually taking advantage of the fact that I didn't move up very aggressively because I wanted to protect as much of this unit as possible. And as a result, like you're on the other side of the zone with this unit of Fen Blades, which is, I'd say, possibly a problem for me.
Yeah, I wanted to jam as hard as I can, just so then you have to deal with it. And like, it means less guns coming at me, so you gotta use your melee attacks, which to me was like, okay, cool. He's not shooting my shit, so I'm actually doing something good here. I
mean, my melee attacks are better than my guns, but I mean, at least then I'm in a threat range of anything you want to put at me.
So I'm just debating where I want to repo. Currently, they're incorporeal, so I can walk through them and repo through them, which is nice.
And they can't make free strikes because they're incorporeal.
Like I said, this is a turn where I went in a tank, right? This is only half my army I've activated so far, and I'm already down 20 minutes on clock to Tim. But I feel like
I mean, it's a long turn, but I think it's a turn where you get a lot of work done.
I feel like I need to get a lot of work done, and those turns usually take a lot. So I'm like, okay, this is it. Screw it. I'm doing this. Stone go up. It's going to have 8-inch aura in the end. So I put it right dead center, 8-inch. All those Blackbanes are within 8 inches of that stone. I'm like, I'll put as many 3 now within. So I got 3 guys I can self-sack to.
I think you don't get Blackbane himself in the aura.
I don't get Blackbane himself in the aura.
You don't get the Hellslinger Phantom.
No. But I get all the guys in the zone. I figured if I can kill all those Blackbanes, it's pretty good. It takes out that unit that I've seen Tim win a game with, win Masters with, one of those units. One of those members in the unit. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I can take those out.
They can do a lot of work.
So my Felcar walks up, gives Pathfinder to my Teflo, makes a spray. It's going to hit my Fenblade. That's okay. They're only speed 4 right now. I hit my Fenblade. Roll a tough check. I tough. I'm knocked down. I miss the Blackbane. Okay, that's okay. Not a problem. These guys have March. They have Pathfinder, speed 7. They are doing Bull Rush order, impact attacks. 3 dice.
You're not actually doing a Bull Rush order, right? You're just charging and doing impact attacks?
Yeah, well, Bull Rush order is actually a charge or a slam.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Just that you can slam?
I can slam.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So yeah,
none of them are actually slamming. They're all just charging.
They're all just charging.
Yeah, because you don't move directly to ward any of the guys here. Or anyway,
I don't know. It's just Bull Rush. Power
not
attacks.
Important. I think everything you kill here is with impact attacks.
Yeah, everything that dies is impact attacks because I have line breaker. I have leader. Basically, give them line breaker from my solo. So I got 3 dice to hit at mat 7. Defense 13, correct?
Yeah, their defense 13.
So I need 6s on 3 dice.
That's pretty good. Seems pretty doable.
So as long as I don't miss, I'll be happy. But then if I miss, I still have my charge attack. So I impact 2 guys with a 1 kill. This also takes a little bit of time. I'm trying to see if I can get into the Blackbane himself. But I remember, I don't know. I'm measuring this whole time, but he's in Corporeal, so I can't even get magical attacks on him. So I just wait. I'm wasting like a few minutes of trying to get something I actually cannot do. And I realized this after like 3 or 4 minutes of doing it. I'm like, wait a second. He's not in Corporeal. What am I doing? I need to just kill what I want. Go for my main plan first of all. Kill all Tim's guys. That's a quarter up the board.
Good main plan. Kill everything.
Yeah. With RFP. Or else it's just useless. So I decided to go here. Do some impact attacks again. Charge. Impact 2 guys. Like I said, my goal at the start of this turn was kill as many incorporeal models as possible. I hit with a 6. I kill. Impact attacks RFP, so take both of them away. Got 1 guy left in the unit. Unfortunately, what I did here is I blocked him with rock. So that was not under that wasn't my plan. So now I'm trying to figure out what do I do with him. Do I run him? Do I charge the objective, or do I charge something else? I decided just to run him, and then I use my Repo 3 to just get my guys in a position where next turn they can actually threat more.
Yeah, this is a big pressure turn for you. Like, not only do you take out a ton of my pieces, but you just you engage. I think literally Deneghra there. Yeah,
I am engaging it. Not here. Horthol is going to kill a last Bane and hopefully reposition 3 into Deneghra.
I mean, technically they're Banes, but they're Black Banes still.
Either way. You guys are speed 4. What can they do for me?
I think they're actually not Banes, now that I think about it. They're Revenant models.
One's going to charge the...
yeah, not important.
The Arc Node. Other's going to run. I moved my leader, then we realized, wait, he died, or he got knocked down this turn.
Yeah, he was knocked down this turn, so he can't. I didn't see anything in the rulebook. Let me know if this is incorrect. I didn't see anything in the rulebook prohibiting someone from issuing an order while knocked down. Knockdown prohibits a whole bunch of things, but didn't say anything that I could find about issuing orders. So if there is something, post in the comments below. Give us maybe a pagination on the rulebook or something like that. A quote would be great too, because I'd like to know that.
We paused it here just to double check this whole rule in here.
As far as I'm concerned, though, I'm pretty sure that guy can issue the press forward order, but can't stand up because he's knocked down in his own turn.
So yeah, my understanding of the rule is even if he dies on your turn, you promote a leader. The leader can still give the order, but he cannot partake in that order.
Yeah, that's that's not really the important part. It's if you can issue the order while knocked down. Because if you're died and promoted, that doesn't affect this at all. It just means you have to forfeit your combat action. But the question is, can he issue an order while knocked down? And I saw all the prohibitions on knockdown, but I didn't see anything about issuing an order. I didn't see anything in the issuing an order section that said you had to be not knocked down. So
we went with it. We played it as is.
As if he could issue the order, no problem. But obviously he can't move, and he is still knocked down. He will not be able to stand up until italicized your next turn.
Yeah, next turn. Yep. So I'm making a charge attack on the Arcane. I do like 6 points or something to it.
You actually do way more. I think you do 8
I do 8 points to it.
Yeah, you take out his movement, which is a really big deal because I was planning to run that Arcane into the forest and kill Borka, and now I can't.
My solo, Long Rider solo, is going to run up the board now.
Yeah, he's impacting as well.
He's going to impact one of the units in the scuba gear. And then hopefully he repositions 3 into your caster just to give you a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he's got lots of movement because of the feet. He snuggles right in there. Contacts a model, impacts 2 models.
Yeah, Rat 8 he is.
Matt, but
Rat
still.
8.
Hits them on 5s and then kills 3. Both and repos right into melee range with Deneghra.
Like I said, the one turn that always takes a lot of time was this turn. I went from 49 minutes to 18 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, there were probably things you could have done that were a little bit tighter there, but
there's a lot of thinking at the start, and also like a few measurements and rules questions. Like,
well, we paused for the rules question
after a bit.
I mean, I paused it as soon as we asked the rules question. I paused the clock and said, "What's the deal with this?" Because I don't remember.
So like, yeah, I don't know, it takes some time all the time, But I got a lot done. Like Tim said, this is a very high pressure turn for me. Like I basically own the bottom half of the board right now with an 8-inch incorporeal bubble up.
Yeah, that's a really big problem because as soon as the Wraith Engine enters it, it becomes corporeal. So like I can't even just like move through some models like I normally would with the Wraith Engine. It's normally quite free to just like land in that big empty spot.
There is a big circle right there.
But I can't, like as soon as I walk into that Fenblade, I'm going to be in the bubble and I'm going to be corporeal. And once he's corporeal, has to shunt back. So you really minimize the effectiveness of my Wraith Engine this turn. I'm kind of bummed out about it. So Deneghra moves up. She feats. I think I have to feat this turn. And she gets pretty aggressive. She shadow binds a guy. She walked into his back arc because she has parry. Shadow binded her melee attack, so dropped his defense a bunch. That's Horthal. And she throws out a venom. I don't parasite these guys. Maybe that's a mistake. I'm not totally sure. I debated doing it, but figured I probably had enough pieces to kill them with. We'll see if that works out. Parasite misses one of them, hits the other 2, and does a couple of points of damage to them, rendering one of them pretty softened up. The middle guy is the one who has 3 boxes left from the Stalkers. So I have to get a ton of work done this turn. But Deneghra 1's feat's really good at getting a ton of work done. So that's my hope. I activate the red unit. They're just walking up. Just walking into melee with a bunch of guys, hoping to maybe kill some Fenblades. Staying clear of the free strikes on all those Fenblades who are engaging with their 2-inch melee. And we start making attacks. Does some damage to the Long Rider. Second attack actually kills the Long Rider. I'm sorry. I thought I'd kill them here, but John's like, nope, still has 1 box. So Long Riders are super, super tough to kill. I finally do kill him because I mixed up which one had taken damage from the Stalker. It is that middle one. The other guys attack and they kill Fenblades. One Fenblade goes down and then another Fenblade goes down a second later. So the red unit manages to kill 2 Fenblades and 1 Long Rider. So that's pretty good for a fairly high health unit. The guys who managed to clear themselves out because I walked with the unit can sometimes take shots, but I didn't end up with any particularly good shots. Silver unit activates. A bunch of them are walking up to get into range of the Crippling Grasp unit, which I did upkeep Crippling Grasp, taking Deneghra down to the 6 that she spent, plus the 2 for Venom, which she didn't boost anything on. And they, like the ones who engaged Horthal, make some melee attacks. John dismounts him, which costs me 2 of the 4 attacks I engaged him with.
3. Cost you 3 models that couldn't hit.
Yeah, sorry, it did cost me 3 models that couldn't attack. So I've got 1 guy left to attack Horthal. Fortunately, he's out of the stone aura, which means he's only armor 14 because of the feat. So these guys are this one remaining guy is POW 11 and POW 12.
So that's off 3, do 2 damage. Next one hits. You need to crank the damage. You crank the damage just enough to kill him to the box.
It says -2. He doesn't need to crank it. He just needs to do an average roll.
You need to roll 8.
Yeah, sorry. He needs to roll. The first one did 2. I need to roll 6. Dice minus 2.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Yeah. So, and anyway, he goes down, fails his tough check, which is good. The guys who are now unengaged, they take some shots. Again, at Crippling Grasp, Fenblades up at the top. They try to put as many shots in as they can. Take a couple down. Rifles who are back there do a CRA into the Fell Caller, and they're about 12 against his armor of a little higher than that. I think he's maybe a 13 this turn.
He is a 13.
Yeah. Anyway, they don't do much
15.
damage to him.
Yeah.
They kind of pooped the bed on their damage rolls. That's okay. It's time for the Hellslinger Phantom. Sorry. Before we do the Hellslinger Phantom,
you're shooting with some rifles into some guys. Just hoping. One guy was engaged. You had to roll. You missed.
Yeah, I rolled some shots, just trying to hit the guy who was engaged by the Arc Node and the Hellslinger Phantom. The Arc Node moved up into melee and buys an attack on the other Crippling Grasp Fenblade and kills him. So the Arc Node is in that zone, in a position to score in the trench, and he took out 2 guys. Hellslinger Phantom is going to just start killing dudes.
This is insane how much work this one guy can get done.
So he has reload 2. So he has 2 initial shots, collects a soul off each of them, Swift Hunters on each of those shots, and then gets to buy attacks with souls. So he has a total of 4 attacks, and because they're Crippling Grasped and Feeded on, he's going to kill 4 models with them.
Well, he went for the Fell Caller on the hill.
Yep, because I can boost damage on that one because he's got a soul left.
I'm knocked down, but I'm on fire.
Yeah, his gun is also capable of incendiary shots. So I mixed up the shot types. A couple of times I took the Crit Brutal so that I could deny John the tough check, possibly. On that one, I chose not to do the Crit Brutal and instead did incendiary because I figured I didn't want to chance the crit, and I strongly hoped that he'd die to fire if he toughed. So so far he's on fire and knocked down. So if that fire doesn't go out, he's toast next turn because he's still minus armor. The cannon crew took a shot in on the Tuffalo. They needed to kind of overperform a little bit. They are Rat 6, goes to 7, needs a 10. Balefire hits really accurately, but now they're POW strength 13 against armor 17.
Armor 17
he's in the aura, but the feet's up.
-2, yep.
Manages to kill, so the dice -4 finished off the guy who had 3 boxes left. That's a nice solid 7 that needs to be rolled there. So I'm getting the attrition work that I was really hoping to get done this turn. Like, Deneghra actually collected 2 souls for the Horthal who died and the Tuffalo who was within 2 inches of her. So she collected both of those souls. And she's out of range for Rock to get in on her. He can't charge this turn, and he's -2 speed. The green unit on the bottom here, who took all of those heavy casualties the previous turn, they move up in a couple of cases over the wall, in a few cases beside the wall. They put some attacks into the Fenblades here. One of the guys is attacking a Fenblade who is not affected by the feat, but he still goes down. And the last guy does not have a gang bonus and is attacking someone unaffected by the feat, but he rolls super, super well and manages to kill him. All right. Sorry, he doesn't kill that guy, but the other guy up top kills a guy. So, they're doing pretty well. Like, I've cleared a lot of John's Fenblades. I've done a bunch of work here. My Wraith Engine is outside of the Stone Aura, so it's incorporeal right now. So I charge laterally to try to take this guy out, and I do kill him. I replace him with a Machine Wraith, and the Machine Wraith is going to activate now. And the Machine Wraith will charge something exciting. I'm thinking the Fenblade Officer. Just going to check when I become corporeal. It is in a position where I'm not about to take a free strike from the Fenblade I walked into. Or walked past, should I say. So he attacks, and he rolls pretty well in the damage, but John Tuff's on the Fenblade leader. So his Fenblade leader's knocked down. So at least I'm minimizing Vengeance attacks. I'm keeping as much as possible kind of reduced out of that unit. Trying to control him on my feat turn. And Blackbane himself charges the stone. And Blackbane kills the stone, but the stone just self-sacrifices a guy. Blackbane's melee attack's actually removed from play models, but that won't help me if John can self-sacrifice to heal the model for 1. Until he's grievously wounded, it's no good that I'm removing him, even though that would normally remove the stone model from the table. Finally, the last thing I do is I run Rengrave into the zone. He skirts around the last unit of Revenants and stands right in the middle of the zone. It's important to me that I contest this zone, and Rengrave is immortal. Like, he will never die in that zone because he can just call to sacrifice almost my whole army there. And when I call to sacrifice, they're destroyed, so I can bring back the models I call to sacrifice, unlike when they take melee attacks and John kills them. So, John, how you feeling here?
I was feeling good at the start of your turn. And then after your feat and you basically killing like whole unit of Fenblades, my Tuffalo solo, it's quite the opposite now. Like, I still feel good at the bottom half of the table. Like, the bottom half of the table, I can get some vengeance attacks in. I have a few Fenblades left here so they can walk up. But the problem is they're mat 4. I need 9s to hit. I didn't realize that until Tim told me that. I'm like, oh, shoot. So I need 9s to hit these models now to kill them, which is pretty tough. So I'm trying to figure out my plan here to kill as many models as possible.
It's worth noting at this point that we ship it back over to my clock, and I mark all of the models who are unaffected by John's feat with a green bead here. That includes the 2 guys who just vengeanced into range. Deneghra's feat is like a pulse rather than an aura. So, unlike Haley's feat, I get to say everything is now affected by this feat, and then it doesn't matter where you move in or out or anything like that. There's pros and cons, but in this particular case, it means that even if John moves in with his vengeance guys, he still has all of his stats as normal.
All right, so I'm measuring smart ranges, and then Tim's like, yeah, remember, -2 speed. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I'm trying to figure out
-2 speed and can't run or charge.
Yeah, so I can't assault either.
Or make power attacks.
So it's really, it's a kick. It's hard. Like I'm like, second turn, what I gotta do here in the think tank? I need to survive without losing as many pieces as possible. So I decided to activate the Fenblades. I couldn't get a Fell Call over to him to give him +2 hit, unfortunately, because he's in the middle of the table. So I need 9s. I roll boxcars. It's pretty sick. I miss double 1s, and I go for the second one. I only need 7s on these guys.
Yeah, because that guy's out of the feat.
Yeah. So I took the leader away.
Yeah, that's quite relevant. I have to now choose a model to be the unit commander. You don't promote if the model's removed from play with leader model promotion, only if he's destroyed. So that unit will never be able to deathbound.
So I should have done that first, and then I could have cleaved the guy that hit.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's a little more models. I never even thought of it. You learn as you go here. Someone's gonna go try to charge this guy. Just see what I could do. I do once again no incorporeal. They are at 5, goes down to 3. Mat 3 now.
Mat 3. Just needs an 11 to hit or a 10 to hit Blackbane. See?
Here we go. The charge attack. Oh shit! He hits it. And then enough to kill him.
Yeah, even with -2 strength, that's exactly enough to do his 5 damage boxes.
I was like,
so
okay,
got lucky
cool.
there.
It's dice is swinging back. What do I do here? I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're not in a terrible spot. I mean, obviously we've both lost a ton of pieces. Yeah. But in a rare turn of events, I can't return them all. So, I mean, you've got some tools.
Like, you can't return any of the models down here anyways.
Everything else you've removed from play. Yeah. All of the attacks you've made, I've removed from play.
So now I'm like, okay, do I put Rock up a bit and spray? I'm like, if I spray, he can return them. Is it really worth it? I'm like, well, I'm going to try to spray this guy in the middle of the zone, see if I can get him.
You make the mistake of thinking you can kill Rengrave, John.
I did. So I boosted a hit on all of them.
Crit stationary on Rengrave would have been really nice here. You missed the crit stationary. You hit one of the guys, missed the other guy. I get you to roll damage on Rengrave, who's armored 14. It's dice even.
2. Oh, dice even. Yeah, dice even.
Yep.
Kill him, but then you just self-sack.
Kill him, and I call to sacrifice a guy.
I'm like, okay, cool. That was neat.
I think Rengrave should be a caster. Just immortal caster.
So then I put a whole bunch in the stone. I put Arcane Ward on myself. I walk to toe the zone. I walk a little farther back. Actually, I'm still going to be toeing the zone, but I want to make sure I'm still within 5. But unfortunately, either way, it's not within 5. It's within 3 because of his feet turn. So I'm like, shit, I can't even get topped off. So I'm Arcane Warded, camping 0 currently.
Yeah.
Not stumbling drunk. I could be knocked down.
Things are probably still fine. I mean, Arcane Ward's a really big deal. I mean, much of my assassination hinges on being able to reduce your defense to nothing or being able to feed on you and then put Crippling Grasp on you. And my feet's already gone, and you've killed some of my rifles, so I just don't think it's worth it to play for trying to kill you right now, even if you're camping 0.
So Felakar walks over just to be able to contest the next zone. I go to 1. Tim stays at 1. Back to Tim. It was a 6-minute turn just to try to kill a few models, but I feel like I'm still in a position where I'm okay. Like, if Rock doesn't die this turn, I feel like I'm in a pretty good position to
Stumbling Drunk on Rock is a little tricky to play around. I do return the 2 models for the red unit that John killed with Rock's spray and the Call to Sacrifice from Rengrave. Those models returned within 3 of their... completely within 3 of their leader model, which you saw me place at the beginning of the maintenance phase. And Deneghra had 2 souls, so she goes up to 9 focus this turn. Let's do this, Denny. She's a really, really cool caster. I don't collect souls with her very often, but because of the way I had to kind of unpack myself, the way that John was playing, I actually got to snag a couple. So I throw a Parasite at Rock, and I managed to hit with it.
So then stumbling drunk has to happen.
Yeah.
And I stumble drunk forward. Not really the plan I wanted. I wanted to stumble drunk a little backwards because then it'll be a little...
Actually kind of fucks me up a little bit. I was planning to throw a gunshot or 2 into you, and now you've engaged Rengrave. I also blocked the charge lane that I wanted with a couple of models. Deneghra charges into the far zone, and she kills the Crippling Grasped Fenblade, the last one from that unit, so Crippling Grasp expires. So what she did is she cast Parasite for 3, upkept Crippling Grasp for 1, boosted to hit the Parasite just in case, so that's 5 of her, did not boost to hit the Parasite, upkept Crippling Grasp, cast Parasite for 3, that's 4, she's down to 4, because she had this, she had 2 souls, she was at 9, she boosted the Parasite. Alright, math checks out. I'm on 4 focus right now, and have 1 soul collected. I charge a bunch of guys into Rock. One of them first runs to the back to anchor him, to kind of lock him into place for the Stumbling Drunk, and then the remainder charge him. Again, I was mentioning before, these guys have a little bit of trouble cracking armor, but obviously Parasite helps with that a ton. They get to be effective POW 14 on their charges, and effective POW 15 on their second attacks that don't get the extra die. So I'm rolling a bunch of dice -6s and dice -5s. And, those do...
You do quite a bit of damage.
6.5 and then 2 damage. So like each model should do about 8.5 damage. I mean, I roll pretty normal, but there's a couple spikes in there because I roll a lot of dice, and those spikes really help me through.
And they killed him to the box.
Yeah, I got 5 charges in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 4 charges. Looks like
4 charges and a double rapid strike.
Yes, sorry. Rengrave had to finish him. Rengrave had to come in there with his POW 15 rapid strike because he's a gang fighter. Pistol Wraith, the cannon crew takes a balefire shot at the Fellcaller, just hits him on the hill, leaves him alive though. Does a little bit of damage to him, but doesn't kill him. So I have to activate the Arkner. Just runs to block a lane in case that Fellcaller was going to kill me, and then the Pistol Wraith is going to try to kill that Fellcaller. We'll see how that goes in a second. I go down to the bottom here. I activate the red unit. They get an advance. A couple of the rifles aim. Some of the guys walk into melee with the fen blades. Make some attacks. Guys who aimed shoot the stone. I mean, they need pretty decent dice. Like the guys who aimed go to rat 7 because they're all in command of Rengrave. But... still means I need 5s, and I need 6s to kill. And a few times I don't break armor, and a few times... pardon me.
You broke an armor and just self-sacked every time.
No, I didn't shoot the stone. I shot the guys around the stone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I just ignored them, just shot the friends nearby. That's okay. Just trying to reduce the size of John's stone, if nothing else. Try to mitigate that a little bit. I... activate the Machine Wraith, who walks behind the leader model, attacks him and misses him still. Like, I just don't hit the guy. We activate the green unit, just kind of shuffle around a little bit. The new unit commander keeps everybody in melee or in command range, and they kill a guy, and the guy who does not have a gang partner, he makes his 2 attacks, and on the second one hits and kills him. The Wraith Engine, incorporeal because it's outside of the stone aura, does not quite tag the officer, so just punches the drummer.
No, you actually decided not to.
Yeah, sorry. Because I didn't get the officer in melee, I was like, I'm not going to lose an attack here anyway, so I'm just gonna stand on top of the drummer. If I was smart, I probably would have ran and gotten into the zone. I can't be any closer to the officer because of the position of the drummer on the wall there. I'm touching both of them. But I could have been in the zone, and he's a battle engine, so he can score those rectangular zones. I'm not likely to clear it this turn, but at least putting that pressure on John would have been nice.
Yeah, so losing Rock was huge. It was a huge swing momentum. I did not see that coming. I should have probably kept Rock back on your feet turn because he probably still would have been alive.
And having him late game would have been really powerful.
I think having him around still, this game would be a little closer right now. I have one out, and it's kind of like an assassination run with my Axer on your caster.
So right now, I scored my 2nd point in that zone. So it's 1-2. Right?
Yeah, it's 1-2.
Yeah.
So I upkeep Arcane Ward. I make some sprays with my Falcolife because I need to clear the way for my Axer to get in there. So I want to do some Vengeance. I only have 1 unit Vengeance. I attack this Wraith. I hit. I kill the Wraith.
Yeah, that the machine Wraith's out of there.
Okay. It's not bad. I make my spray attacks by aiming. I miss the guy and really needed. I hit the other guy and kill it. Okay, next up.
Big friend?
Borka.
Oh, no, it's Stone. Stone goes first.
To give him +1 strength because my axe is going to go on a caster, so I need to get the strength
bonus.
bonus. Why
Sounds
not?
good. Axer strength 14?
14. 14 regular? 14 regular goes to 15.
So your dice +1 against Deneghra. She's got some focus, so
you have 4 focus.
You have to spike here a little bit, but you never know.
So Pig Buddy goes up, tops him off. I give 2 to rush the Axer. I give 1 to heal the Axer.
Yeah, because remember his mind got crippled by
Mine
Rock.
got crippled by Warrock.
Freaking out like a boss.
I boost to hit this one guy that's in the way.
Yeah, Borka has a bomb, so he throws the bomb, takes that guy out.
I'm camping 2 with
and you still have Arcane
Ward. I put 1 in the stone because I need to make sure the stone reaches where my Axer is going to be.
Yeah, that puts the stone back up to 4.
I thought about putting 2, and Tim's like, just put 1.
You got 4
room.
guys in the unit, right?
Yeah, I got 4 left. I always forget to count the Elder, so I do have 4 guys left. So I camp 1. Axer goes, charges back arc. I'm at 6. I'm
a 16. You've got a back arc. You need an 8.
Need
so
8.
Boost
so
to
I
hit.
Boost it.
Roll that 8.
No.
That's a 7 on the table.
It's a 7. Well, buy. No, roll a 3. And
no.
That's the game. Like honestly, right now, that was my chance. I don't know how likely it would. If I would hit you, it's dice +1, 3 dice, average of 11, so it goes to 12. It leaves you on what? 4 or leaves you on 8 boxes?
If
6
it's
boxes.
12 damage, it would leave me on 4, but I'd use a focus to reduce it. It would leave me on 9.
And then I hit the 8, and it's dice +1 again.
Yeah, at that point, I'm on 8. Make it 13. Need to roll pretty well. So you need to spike the first one and spike the second one a little bit. I mean, crazier things have happened.
Yes, we have seen this on the channel.
We had a game where Evan rolled 2 hard 11s, which was maybe my favorite moment where Deneghra died.
We had a game where my Axer killed his caster through a cloud.
Deneghra killed her, but still. Yep. We've seen some bizarre stuff. You roll enough dice and some crazy things happen.
I had Axer and doing 1 left, and my Axer kills his caster.
And I mean, it's War Machine. You're never out of the game.
No, like it was a last-ditch assassination. I feel like losing Rock was a huge swing point. And
so let's talk about the cleanup here, because I do still have to not punt this. Deneghra backs off to her max melee. She pokes you, gets Shadowbind up, casts Parasite, hits the Parasite, camps 4. A bunch of Revenant models charge the Axer. A couple of the Revenant models charge the stone. I kill the stone, you self-sack. Kill the stone, you self-sack. Kill the stone dies. Charge the Axer in the back. I've now reduced his armor by functionally 5 points because the stone aura is gone and I've got Parasite up. And put in a bunch of those charge attacks. They roll kind of embarrassingly low, and they still manage to kill the Axer with the assist from Rock, I'd say.
Yeah, with the assist of Rock doing
The boxcars damage.
11.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. I've cleared the zone. I can score a point there. Stick some models up. Go in and contest the zone. Go try to kill some Fenblades. Take some Fenblades off the table. It's pretty good. I've got like a few attacks left. Rengrave himself is going to get an assault on Borka. Arcnode runs, toes into the zone. Wraith Engine just squares up, makes 2 attacks against the banner bearer. First one kills him, second one kills him after the tough check. I initially think about charging, or running, should I say, into the pig, but then realize I have to kill John's objective, so I charge his objective. Dice minus 8, I still managed to do like 6 damage to it, so the Machine Wraith is a hero. Hero Wraith. I move up a couple of the members of the green unit who have that poor sod as a unit commander. And one of them gets a pistol in, one of them gets a rifle in. They're both dice minus 8. I have about 0 chance of killing this objective here, so the objective stays, and I don't score a point in that zone.
You also have 0 chance of losing this game at this point, too. So,
I mean, I like to never say never, John. That's always been my philosophy. I feel like you can lose more often than you think. The Pistol Wraith hits the Fellcaller on the hill, boosts damage, kills him. He toughs. Pistol Wraith shoots him a second time, kills him again.
Now you have a 0 chance of losing this game. I have no nukes. I have 1 bomb. You're in a trench camping for it.
Yeah, now I'm trying to be pretty safe. I think at this point we're probably out of it. I make a Rengrave charge. He clips the forest for a little bit, but he still gets into Borka's melee range with his charge. Takes an assault shot with his gun. Hits with the gun. Power 12.
Armor 19 because of unyielding. Does 4 points.
Does 4 points, and then Borka fucks off because
see ya.
He's been drinking.
I'm out of here.
Drinking buddy says no. That little pig.
D3 backwards 3 inches to the 6. You scored 2 points this turn.
Little party foul moment there.
You gotta no. What are you talking about? You gotta kill my pig for that.
That's true. That's true.
Pig's still alive. Yeah, I'm just double checking my spell list, and I have no nukes. I can throw 1 bomb, and that's about it. I can't even get there with the bomb. So basically, this game is now officially over. You basically tabled me. Even if I could test the zone, middle zone with my pig, you go to 5, it'd be 5-1, and in your turn you kill the pig, you go to 7-1, and that's up 6.
So John, unashamedly, I feel like it's fair to say I've played Ghost Fleet quite a bit.
Yeah,
you look at my game log on Twitter at TEnchanter. I've played just a ton of
You've
Deneghra.
won 2 Masters in the last 2 months with it.
That's true, and I think it's a good list, and it takes a bit of time to learn, but I feel quite experienced with it. And this is, I believe this is your second game playing against Ghost Fleet, right?
Second game playing against Ghost Fleet.
Yeah.
Second game with this list.
So I think not only do you need a list that has the tools necessary to deal with this list, but you also need the practice.
You also need to know, you need to know how to play against Ghost Fleet. And you need to have someone that's willing to grind games out over and over and over. Well, you change your list up, and they play the same list back to back to back.
Yep.
It's definitely needed. We're definitely going to see this at a lot of tournaments coming up. It's definitely the hot thing right now.
The boogeyman, so to speak.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had no small part in that.
Not at all, eh?
Yeah. So that's our episode for this week, guys. Again, we're going to do a little mini series here. Ghost Fleet and Ghost Fleet Answers. So John's going to go back to the drawing board, work on a couple more things, and come back to the channel with another list to defeat Ghost Fleet with. I'm going to give Evan the same opportunity, and we're going to show you a little bit about what this list is all about.
Thanks for watching. This is John.
And this is Tim. And please like us, subscribe to our channel, check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/arcaneassist. Follow any one of the 3 of us on Twitter. Evan is at Astellos, John is at JRHenAA, and I'm at TEnchanter. Thanks a ton, guys.